So get ready to a visit to Springfield at Universal Studios Hollywood, where Krusty Burgers, Homer's Donuts, Flaming Moe's, are you hungry yet? And all things Simpsonian have been given an AOA for themed food and beverage experience. Undeterred by the need to rethink recipes, sourcing, and the whole F&B supply chain, Universal has also resisted the temptation to include high-volume or real-world branded fast foods that would dilute their immersive themed experience. Universal has raised the bar by creating new tastes and themes that previously existed only within a cartoon world. Please help me welcome the Springfield team. Senior Director and Executive Producer, Universal Creative, John Corfino. There's John. From global live and location-based entertainment at 20th Century Fox, Director of Projects, Jennifer Koblowski, and there's Jennifer, and Senior Vice President, Greg Lombardo.
Oh yeah, you got some rules.
And though I love, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else in this panel, I think the most important person on the panel today is our Vice President of Food Operations, Universal Studios Hollywood, Chef Eric Capello.
Yeah.
Take it away, Greg.
Thanks, Roberta. Thank you for having us, TIA Association. And I want to start by saying just how remarkably proud we at Fox and Gracie Films are of what our partners at Universal have created, with a little bit of help from Jennifer Koblowski over there. So more than a little bit of help. So I have an easy job. I get to talk to you guys a little bit about probably one of the most indelible brands in television history, and that's The Simpsons. We're in our 28th year. 28 years, that's the longest running narrative show in television history. And it is a brand that has probably touched every aspect of consumers' lives. And a brand that was, I think, so ripe for this type of representation in a theme park with Universal. Just some highlights of this brand. 80 million Blu-ray and DVDs sold around the world. It airs every minute of the day somewhere around the world. And it's really, again, a property that is so rich because of that long history. So if you look at the material that can be mined for a theme park platform, it's extensive. And this is my favorite slide. You guys are familiar with, social channels. I think this is why ultimately what we've done with our partners at Universal is so special, because there are shareable moments everywhere you go at Universal. And that's brought to life in the food, in the variety of foods, in the unique foods that are completely authentic to the Simpsons brand. And those moments are shared every day on social media by fans around the world that come to these parks. So we couldn't be happier about that and the way it's been expressed. The brand itself is a brand that has been not only represented heavily on television, it's a brand that's represented across premium platforms. It, again, touches almost every aspect of a consumer's life every day, from sponsorships with Apple, Butterfinger, which has been a really popular campaign for us, Lego, an amazing partnership that we have with Lego that, again, represents just how far a reach that this brand has across a remarkable demographic. And that's the other thing that's sort of unique to this brand. This is a brand that when it first launched on television 28 years ago was very, very edgy, if you recall. In fact, it was an adult animated show. Now, times have changed a lot since then, and kids are watching a lot more than maybe they used to, and maybe we've gotten a little more broad in what we consider to be family entertainment. But what's remarkable is The Simpsons has continually grown over and over again across those broader and broader demographics. It is a brand that captures male and female almost equally. It's a brand that captures young and old, and has become a younger and younger brand, and it has been embraced by more children now, which is a far cry from where it first ended up when it premiered on the Tracy Ullman Show as brief, kind of, really adult-oriented interstitials. And it's another reason why it's such a popular thing for us to have represented in a multi-generational theme park like Universal. So for all these reasons, it just made obviously perfect sense to us to be able to bring this brand to life at Universal, and couldn't be happier with the partnership and the results. And I think at the end of the day, someone who can speak to it better than I can is Matt Groening. Oh, he's not here. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to John Corfino, who led this effort for Universal and really helped us realize this remarkable brand.
All right, thanks, Rick. For a moment there, I thought I was totally off the hook, and I was very happy about that. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we looked at a high level of the project, and then talk very shortly about some design issues, and then I know everybody wants to talk food, so I'm going to be very happy to pass that over to Chef Eric shortly. But in the meantime, here's just a little short reel on Springfield. There you have it. From a certain high level, Springfield kind of, in one way, epitomized the apex of this 5-year transformation that occurred over at Universal Studios Hollywood, because we were doing all these attractions, and right here you can see Harry Potter. We were also in the process of building at that time. We were also building Fast and Furious. So there's a whole lot of activity going on. One of the biggest challenges we had is that the park initially was designed in a very unique way. And Springfield represents the singular artery that everyone has to go through at least 3 times. When you come into the park, if you want to go to the tour, you have to go through Springfield. When you want to go down to the lower lot, you go through Springfield. And when you exit, of course, you have to exit back through Springfield. So when we start doing attendance numbers in the ranges of 30 to 40,000 people a day, you're really talking about 3 times that volume going through that little tiny 27-foot artery every single day. And one of the challenges we had was, how do you build on both sides of that avenue, including the overall site development, while you're operating a theme park? That really happened as a result of a tremendous amount of partnership with the park. And I just want to do a special shout out to everyone from our entertainment group, our operations group, tech services, lower lot, because this project, more than anything else, represented a tremendous collaborative effort, even including Potter, because I don't know if Chef Eric will go into this, but the kitchen service that was constructed to support Springfield also supports Potter. So this was a huge, massive infrastructural project that really spans almost, 2/3 of the top area. So as many of you know, several years ago, I don't know exactly how long, but the Springfield Rise has been a mainstay, a major landmark. Clearly, we saw the opportunity to expand that area. For those of you who have been there before this transformation, that entire area was filled with kind of a kludge of restaurants that had been there in a very disorganized kind of area development plan. Part of the Springfield project wasn't just Springfield. It also included a complete redesign of the entrance to the tour and entrance to the lower lot, and obviously facilitating the Potter area development adjacent to it. Picture from our opening day, one of the most spectacular opening days we've ever had. The only problem is we can only do it once. So the No, this is the opening day, of course, very successful. And I want to talk a little bit very shortly about, again, the partnership with Gracie and with Fox, Matt and Jim, because it was a tremendously rewarding challenge because we were dimensionalizing, bringing to life brands that really hadn't been done before. And this was a process that Jennifer, Greg, the entire team over there played just such a vital role. And we wanted to really pay attention to a lot of detail because we have been wanting to raise the bar at Universal in terms of immersiveness. And I didn't bring a ton of slides. Don't worry, it's not going to be that long of a presentation. But everything down to Springfield stamps on the tree grates. Little details that are all throughout the entire land and some of the restaurants, which I will speak very briefly about. And here's one of my personal favorites. One of the rooms that we wanted to build up above, which doesn't really exist in the franchise necessarily, was Krusty's Commissary. And we wanted to make this a very authentic space. We kind of took a little bit of a lead from Solly's and some other delis, where what would Krusty's Commissary look like? So you've got a number of these actual animation cells that were actually hand-drawn and hand-signed by the animators from the show. You won't see that anywhere else in the world. Memorabilia that is totally authentic. I can vouch for that because we had to be very authentic with everything. And a lot of material that you would recognize only if you were really super fans. A lot of stuff that's kind of hidden up there, and even to this day, we are continuing to add to this area. So, and for those of you who've been there, you recognize many of these very memorable places. Another one of our favorites is the nuclear towers, which is when I first took over this project. It was just going to be nuclear towers. I said, how can we have those not blow up? So we actually added steam effect, and I got in a little bit of trouble for that, but we got through it. And then finally, a lot of our characters, we wanted to really make tremendous photo spots for people to come in and really enjoy. And again, it's really about how do you create that immersive environment so that the food, which is the star of this area, really shines. So with that, I'll turn this over to the man you're really all here to hear anyway, Chef Eric. Just to do it right.
Well, welcome for having me here. So obviously, if you can't tell, I'm probably the food guy at Universal. I've been there many years. I've been there 16 years, going on 24. And during that time, I've had the opportunity to create all different types of experiences. And like John said, we try and immerse you into what we do. And when it comes to Springfield, many people call it Simpsons. We call it Springfield. You have the iconic restaurants that are on TV. How do we develop the ideas of what is on our menus? Is we watched every episode, and then after that, then we had to start making the food. And most of us, we all were, in the low 100-pound range. Most of us are in the 240s now because we had to consume it. Springfield is not necessarily about eating healthy. It really isn't. If you look at Bart and Homer and all of the team that really live there, they're not about looking for Weight Watchers or anything like that. We do have healthy items there, but not too many. So, kind of talk about what you see here. Up in the very top, we have the signature Krusty Burger. And yeah, is it like a McDonald's burger? No, it's worse for you than that. God. It's the whole idea is not that we're going to give you a simple meal. We're going to give you a spectacular meal. Across the way, the far side, that's called the clogger. And with the clogger, you can see as 2 burgers, not just one, as 2 pieces of bacon, 2 pieces of cheese, and about a pound of salad, so that you think you're healthy by eating it, but really it's not about that. It's all about having the iconic clogger that is on the television show. Right here in the middle, we have that Sideshow's Bob's hot dog. It's a full 1/2 pound of pure hot dog enjoyment. It comes with chili and onions and cheese, and it's served with low-cal French fries, of course. So we do have that as well when it comes to the hot dog. At the far side again, we have what's called a rib sandwich, or I'm not going to use a Mick in front of it, but it's the rib sandwich. And there we have some pickled onions and some slaw, and again served with French fries. And my favorite here at the bottom is one of those signature healthy ideas, but really doesn't take off. But it's more about the vegetarian part that we do offer, and it's called a Mother Nature's burger. So it's more of a vegetarian type burger. It's deep fried as well, just to keep things consistent. So we're not trying to change it. And as you can see, that's the queue line inside. It's the most popular of the Springfield restaurants that we have. It can have a queue line that is relatively 100 people deep. And the good thing, there's good things and bad things about having long lines. The good thing about it is everyone wants to get in line because they don't know what it is. The bad thing about it is no one wants to get in line because they don't know what it is. So it's a catch-22. But here it's been very popular. So that's the Krusty Burger place. So now we have Cletus Chicken. Now Cletus was actually never in any of the episodes, but hopefully they'll put it in one. But the idea and the concept was that this is one of the uncles that never came over to Springfield and is living back in that hillbilly land that he doesn't have a way to get to Springfield. So this is Cletus Chicken Shack. At the very top we have our signature chicken and waffle sandwich. Again, nothing about that is going to put you in your diet frame. It's about having this gluttonized meal. It's a Belgian waffle, not just a little Eggo waffle. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it correctly. Down below we have our chicken dinner. Again, all of the food that we do use at Universal, and I'm proud to say, is fresh. I don't buy frozen chicken. We go through tons of it a day. It's a massive involvement. I'm sometimes curious, where all those chickens come from. But we have cornered the market. So that's our chicken dinner. At the top area over there, we do have a fried chicken sandwich. Why have a broiled one when we can fry it? So again, we have a fried chicken sandwich. And at the bottom, a very popular kid-friendly item is, we call it chicken thumbs, but it's chicken tenders. Okay. Luigi's, pizza. Everyone goes to a theme park to have pizza. So here, we didn't show you the whole pizza. Here it's a little different. Normal pizzas are 16 inches in diameter. Well, we did ours a little different. We made it 20 inches in diameter. So it's a big slice of pizza. And then it comes with a salad. So you see at the top, we have what we call the meat lovers pizza. The top on my side. Across the way, if you have a meat lovers pizza, you have a meat haters pizza. So that's where you have a vegetarian style pizza. Down in this corner towards me again, here we have our signature fattening fettuccine Alfredo, but here we use penny pasta. A little easier for our guests to not wear it. This way it can go on a fork a lot easier than linguine kind of drools on your chin. Far side on the bottom, you have to have your spaghetti and meatballs. That's our version of it for this location. And you see that thing in the middle? That's what we call healthy. Okay? That square thing, that's our chicken Caesar salad. And if you've had a Caesar salad, everyone thinks by eating Caesar salad it's a healthy alternative. Not necessarily true. The Caesar dressing is just packed with full fun calories. So this is our Luigi's restaurant right here. And again, pizza is very popular. We go through thousands of pizzas a day, all in that 20-inch range. Bumblebee Taco Truck, tacos and nachos. It's made to look like a truck, but it's not really a truck, obviously. It's a full functioning kitchen. And we serve, chicken nachos, beef nachos, and carnita nachos, along with tacos of the same variety. Here again, we do it a little different. It's not like Taco Bell, where you get that cheese and lettuce and all that jazz. These are very true to a Los Angeles style taco versus a Taco Bell-ish kind of taco. So you don't see that lettuce and tomato stuff. Now, if you want lettuce and tomato there, you can't have it. Phineas Butterfats, our ice cream stop. Here we offer different types of ice cream cones, and we also do a flavored swirl around it. That we've contracted a way to do that. The one thing that's not showing there is we did take a donut and we did make a donut sundae. So thinking outside the box, hey, if you're gonna do it, let's do it real. So again, this is our ice cream shop. All right, here we go. All right, so it's all about donuts. So the donut's not a normal size donut, so it's more of a bigger size donut. So the idea of the donut is, you see the little baby ones in the photo, but it's not really about that.
Yes.
What I was going to tell you, to eat a full donut, you're well over 1,000 calories. It doesn't matter. When you come here, it's about enjoying the donuts. The signature item that we have is a pink donut. There's no second donut to this. If you think that Dunkin' Donuts or, we've since opened up another donut shop in our City Walk location. I won't mention their name because they're my competitor, even though I own that one too. This is about donuts. And you can see, and I'll give you an idea. In a given day, we'll make nearly 5,000 of these donuts, okay? And we sell most of them from 6 p.m. at night to about 10. Everyone is in line for a donut. And this is one of these things where some people that are in line for the donut, some of the guys in the very back of the line, by the time they get to the window to buy it, they already have a full beard. That's how long the line is. So it's a full functioning donut shop. We make them all from scratch. At the end of the day, if there were to be any left, we donate them to a charity. Most of our local people that are homeless are all overweight at this point. But here, you can see some of the unique varieties that we have. We have the signature pink that I'm talking about here, as well as we have chocolate. We have a jalapeno coconut, and we have some new varieties that are soon to come. We have a hamburger donut that's right around the corner to kind of immerse you also into that whole donut philosophy that we have. So again, it's all about donuts. Someday you'll get to experience it. Hey, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be in the mail, it could be anywhere. Okay, the donuts. Then we have Suds McDuff. It's kind of like a beer shop. It sells beer, and then we also have Duff's beer. We have it on tap, and then we sell pretzels there. Of course, they're not just little pretzels; they're big, giant, 2-foot wide pretzels. And I didn't have a picture of that because we had the picture, but someone ate that as well. So we have Doug's. All right, Moe's Tavern. Over on that far side, you can see that photo. It's called a Flaming Moe. I know it doesn't sound that cool, but it is a Flaming Moe. And what it is, it's to give you that sense of uniqueness, because in the television show they do have something like that. And we had to figure out a way to do it, and a way to do it very safely. Because obviously, there's no lighter in there, but most people know how you get smoke out of a beverage. I won't give you my trade secret, but I'm sure you can figure that part out. But to keep it safe, I will tell you, part of it is it's a two-level cup. There's a screen in it to prevent something from coming out, and it's taped shut and everything else. But on a busy day in the summer, you can serve well over 1,000 of these things. It's kind of the monkey see, monkey do philosophy. And here, one person sees it smoking, and the other person sees it smoking. And yesterday there was 420; everyone was smoking. So again, that was our smoking thing. So, with that kind of story about Springfield, John was saying, I also take care of Harry Potter as well. Our right. Facility for Harry Potter is right behind Springfield. So we have Hogsmeade next to Springfield. And like John said, our kitchens are connected. The unique thing with it is people that work in Springfield can't go over to Potter. The Potter people can't come to Springfield. So it's like an unwritten rule, but it's a very significant rule that we keep all of our IP programs completely separate. And throughout our park, I am proud to say that we do a great job. And I know many of you have probably been there and you say, well, it's cool. But you know what? We do a good job. And this is a great example of how we partnered with a great IP and a great partnering company that has really helped us make that thing a great enjoyment for all of our guests that come. And I know I joked a little bit about, how healthy eating and everything, but, we also do take healthy eating serious. We have other areas in the park that, we do offer it, but many of you all know when you do come to a theme park, you tend to just put your diet to a side. I could tell you, I have almost every location throughout our park. We offer something healthy, and the percentage of people that buy healthy for that day is hardly anything. And we'll have salads and low-cal things, and it's just not one of those things. Here, we make a little fun about it, but we are very serious about people's health. So I don't want that to be the message here. The message truly is, we have a great environment here. I know John, when he was talking, we talk about our Springfield ride, but a lot of people come just to be in Springfield and see, how we created this atmosphere and immerse you not just in a ride and in a small little town, but also in the food and the souvenirs and everything else about it. So that's kind of the true story with it. So, with that being said, is there questions that I could answer? Is there food that I could provide? Anything like that?
Hi, I'm Sam. I was wondering if you could speak about food allergens and catering to the guests who have food allergens and how that pertains to shared equipment and accommodating those guests.
Well, that's a good point. And what we do is we have, there's so many people who have allergies now, whether they be peanut allergies, soy, dairy, gluten, everything. In all of our locations, we basically have a set of procedures. If you're of one of the allergens that we have as a risk, we have what's called an allergen kit. It's all different color equipment. So let's say you are a gluten free person who needs to stay away from wheat-based products. We break out this kit. It has a cutting board, a knife, bowls, gloves, everything in there that is needed to prevent a cross-contamination issue. Then we also have in every location on our POS, when a guest would come and say, hey, what do you have that might be gluten-free? They hit a button on the POS. It'll tell them in that store what is gluten-free. And then if they're not happy with the food selection there, then they would go and it would tell them what are the other locations that we have it. Plus, obviously, you can go to the website, see my picture there as well. And I'll tell you about all the other places that are there. But we do have a very big ownership to make sure that we don't cross-contaminate when it comes to that food safety piece and people's allergens. Anything else?
Hi, Kevin from Rethink. So when you're dealing with an IP holder, when creating food and beverage, how closely do you work with the IP holder to make sure that it is exactly the way it was meant by the creators?
Well, we had
a lot of tastings.
Yeah.
Well, Matt Groening and Jim Brooks and Al Jean and a lot of the writers from the show all went and we did tastings with the food team at Universal and Chef Eric. Look, I'm not going to lie, we're heavily involved. To the point where it's funny when Chef Eric spoke about a Krusty Burger, contemplating doing a Krusty Burger. If we were being truly authentic to the show, we'd probably taste like crap. I mean,
Right.
but what we need to do is adjust those standards, right? And say, everything that this brand wants to do with regards to those consumers who are so passionate and rabidly interested and have an appetite, no pun intended, for the show, you have to deliver a real high quality experience. And that's what really attracted us to the process.
Yeah, let me just speak to that just for a second, because I know that we obviously work with a lot of IPs, and in the world of IPs, it's all about brand integrity. We take that very, very seriously, and we do a series. Literally, we had a lot of different taste testings. Some of the stuff was great, but it just didn't make it, and it's just so vital because again, we're taking the brand and kind of putting this. And then I have to say also, I was at Universal quite a few years ago, and then returned a few years back, and I can't say enough about how the team and Chef Eric have really raised the bar for food, and it's something that we take very, very seriously as a company across the board. So it's all about integrity.
And also, we are very specific on the taste testing, but copy development. We are heavily involved. All those copy names that are on the menu, the writers were directly involved. They're the ones that proposed that copy, working with Universal to make sure it was still family friendly. Believe it or not all the options were. And working directly, for example, like the things that aren't in show model, Cletus Chicken Shack, we would have to develop that copy, but it allowed the writers to really have fun and come up with copy that fit to Chef Eric's menu and needs, which was a great time as well.
And to tag on to the whole story is we have probably made that Krusty Burger 100 times because someone would think, well, maybe we should put the sauce underneath. So then we make it. And then someone would say, well, maybe it needs onions, maybe it needs relish, maybe it needs this. So you go through a great deal of ideations on what is the right way to do it. Is this the right way? Well, it's working right now. That's the best part of the story. Could it be a little different? Once you got a winner, it's hard to go back and change it because now we have a loyal customer base that continues to come. Anything else?
Thank you, Chef Eric.
Oh, well,
This was
thank you.
Most wonderful. And thank you also to the entire team from Springfield.